In the early 20th century, Miami was growing rapidly. Hotels rose, tourism exploded, beaches defined the city's identity. But for Black Miamians, the shoreline was forbidden. African Americans built the city, laid its roads, staffed its hotels, cleaned its rooms, yet were barred from enjoying the very spaces they helped create. Black residents were arrested for swimming, removed by police, threatened for lingering near the water. The ocean was visible, but unreachable. Most beaches were created through ownership, some through survival. Virginia Key Beach was created through protest. Long before Miami became an international playground, African Americans were shut out of its shores, denied access to the ocean that surrounded them. What followed was not quiet endurance, but organized resistance. This is the story of Virginia Key Beach, a place born not from permission, but from pressure. In 1945, Black Miamians decided to challenge the city's exclusion directly. Led by local activists, Black residents organized a wade-in. They entered the water at whites-only beaches, not to cause chaos, but to claim dignity. The response was swift. Police intervened. Arrests followed. But the message was unmistakable. Miami could no longer pretend the shoreline belonged to only some of its citizens. Faced with mounting pressure, city officials offered a solution, not equality, but separation. Rather than integrate existing beaches, Miami designated a new one, miles away across a causeway, exclusively for African Americans. Virginia Key Beach opened in 1945. It was remote, underdeveloped, intentionally isolated. But Black Miami embraced it anyway. Families traveled long distances. Church groups organized outings. Musicians performed. Against its intended limitations, Virginia Key Beach flourished. What was meant to contain became community. Virginia Key Beach became far more than a compromise. It developed bathhouses, picnic areas, and entertainment spaces. Black entrepreneurs ran concessions. Local musicians provided soundtracks. Families marked milestones on its sand. It was a place of rest, but also of pride. In a segregated city, Virginia Key Beach represented a hard-won space where Black Miami could gather freely. The very act of enjoying it became a reminder of the protest that made it possible. When segregation laws finally fell, Virginia Key Beach faced an all-too-familiar fate. Integration arrived. Attention shifted. Maintenance declined. The city abandoned the site. Structures decayed. History faded. What had once been a symbol of resistance was left to disappear, not because it lacked importance, but because its story was inconvenient. Virginia Key Beach reminds us that freedom is rarely given. It is demanded, negotiated, won, and then threatened with forgetting. The beach still stands, not just as sand and water, but as testimony to those who waded into hostile waters, to those who turned isolation into belonging, to those who refused to wait for permission. This is Virginia Key Beach. This is the African American experience.